Hi guys, today I wanted to talk to you about money. And money means a lot of different things to a lot of different people. And honestly, money can be a really touchy subject. A lot of people get so irritated when it comes to money. A lot of people put a lot of their ego, a lot of their personality towards money. A lot of people don't have a lot of money. And so I wanted to bring up the topic about money. And a lot of us feel bad talking about money because we feel like it's this ego, this it's just not something we want to talk about because it's like health, it's like diet. Like people put a lot of personality and a lot of their ego into money. So I wanted to tell you what helped me manifest more money and what may possibly help you also manifest more money. You see, I didn't grow up with money. I barely had money at all. My family was pretty poor and we just didn't have money. And so I had to get through the same mindset that many of you have gone through or going through. And that mindset is terrible. You feel like a victim. You feel like the world is happening to you and you're not affecting the world. And we tend to cling to what we have. So if we have a little bit of money, we tend to cling to it. You see stuff a different way. I used to see a lot of things a different way because I didn't have money for it. But what I realized is that money in itself is actually fairly easy to manifest. But a lot of us think that we have to, be positive all the time when it comes to money. A lot of us think that we have to, in order to manifest more money, we need to think positive and we need to think about money. And that's when money comes. So here's the problem with that. When you think about something, when you want something, when you want money, for instance, the very act of wanting, I've mentioned before, is a double-edged sword. And so as soon as you want something, as soon as you desire something, that desire is grown from lack. You see, why would you want something if you had it? And so the very act of wanting something is coming from having a lack of something. And so the more you desire something like money, the more you want it. That means the less you have of it. The more you want it, the less you have. And the problem is a lot of people want something really bad because they need it right now, because they lack it right now. And so a lot of us don't really pay attention to money until we need to pay bills. A lot of us don't pay attention to money until we need to pay off a mortgage or a car or something. We just need the money. And so that's like the worst time to think about money, because the very act of you wanting the money, the very act of you looking and trying to manifest money into your life is actually a lack, my friend. It's actually a lot of lack. And so you might ask, like, how do I manifest more money in my life without wanting more money? And it's actually pretty hard when you're in the need of money, because if you need to pay your bills or you need to pay rent or you need, money for a hospital bill or something like that, this is actually very hard. And this is why a lot of people have such a hard time manifesting it. So a lot of people will understand that a job brings them money. Like if they go apply for a job, they can get money. And this is why a lot of people can get a job and then get money and then pay their bills. But they don't start a business, or they don't, win a lottery when they need it the most. So why is that? It's because we may not have the belief system of getting a job being hard. We don't believe that getting a job is hard necessarily as much as making money is hard. And so a lot of us will manifest a job and we'll be able to get money that way. But a lot of us, most of us, don't want to work. Most of us want money to come from other avenues, like a lottery win, or if starting a business, or doing something with your own time. But why is that so hard to do? And I always used to ponder that on myself. Why is it that this law of attraction doesn't have like a formula, you know? Like you would think that by now someone would have like a set in stone formula, right? Like you do this, do that, bam, here's what you want. And for the longest time I would think, where's the formula? And then it dawned on me that there is formulas and they do work, but we're not very good at monitoring our vibration. We're not very good at monitoring our thoughts, let alone monitoring what we're sending out to the universe or wherever. And so we may think that we're doing the steps. We may think that we're doing the formula, right? But we don't realize that we're feeling sick and worried that our rent, our mortgage, that our car payment's not going to be paid. And so we may be thinking about money. We may be desiring more money. But at the same time, we're thinking, I need that money now. And the higher your desire for money, the higher it is, the more you want it. It's usually because you have a big lack of it. It's a hard pill to swallow. A lot of people don't want to hear that. But it's true. And so, how do you manifest money? Well, first off, it's either going to be hard or it's going to be easy. It's going to be hard if you need to pay your rent or your mortgage or your car payment or a hospital bill, because this step that I'm going to tell you is just going to be hard because we're just trained not to do it. And then if you don't have any of that stuff and you're just trying to desire, maybe you just want to live a more luxurious life or you just want a little extra, it's going to be a little easier. So, and the word is settling. And I guess you can call it contentment. And contentment is exactly where you need to be. For instance, say your life is going good right now. Say you have a good job. Let's say you have a decent amount of money. Everyone's fine. You have a little bit extra money, to spend on stuff that you like. And say you're driving in your new car. Maybe you even got a new Mercedes. Maybe not a super expensive one. You got like a regular Mercedes, right? Or something like that. You're driving in whatever new car you have. Your life's going pretty good. And then you go ahead and you notice, Joe from down the street driving in his new Lamborghini. And you see it. And then when you see it, you have two things that you can do. You can be happy for Joe because you don't even want one. You're like, that's cool. Cool car. I would never want to drive one, but that's neat, right? Or you can look at Joe and be like, man, shit. How can I get me one of those, And so a lot of people use this like motivation. But this motivation is going to make you compare your life right now. Your life may have been going really good, right? But as soon as you desire something so big, so out of your like reach right now, you start to be not content with your life. And when you're not content with your life, you start to manifest things that make you not content with your life. And so your life may have been going pretty damn good until you saw Joe Schmo, whatever, down the street with a Lamborghini or a Porsche or whatever. And now your life feels like shit. And that energy is going to do two things. It's going to crush you or it's going to motivate, the hell out of you to go and hustle your way to more money. But the quicker way to do this is to come with a gentle wanting, a gentle yearning for more money. And so the only way that you can truly do this is to, for one, be content with your life. Be content with everything that you have in your life right now. And when you're needing to pay rent and when you're needing to pay your bills or whatever, this is hard because we're taught to look at reality as this 3D reality, to see reality as this physical thing, and it's not. But when you focus on what you have in your reality right now, when you see the reality that you have right now, but at the same time you see the reality that you want, and you start comparing these two together, that's where shit goes downhill, because you start to compare these together, and then the energies of that makes you feel more lack than you did before. And so when you feel more lack about the life that you have now, you're going to create more lack in your life. And this is that endless spiral that everyone goes down. And so what you need to do in order to get out of this spiral is you need to, for one, be content with everything in your life, right? Everything. You're happy. You just have to, you should be happy anyway. You're alive, for one. You have at least enough money to get a phone and watch me, and watch me talk to you and all this stuff. So your life's good. You have running water, a shower, probably a bath, some food on your table. Your life is really good right now. And I know that we live in this society where, having all this new stuff, it makes you feel good. It makes you feel like satisfied. But we've just been so trained to live in this consumerism society that we forget, when you have the basics, when you have water, when you have food, when you have air to breathe, and your body is healthy, then you are living the best life, my friend. The best life. You don't need anything extra in your life. So be content with it. Be okay with the life that you are living right now. And when you are content with the life that you have now, that is when you start to look at money from a gentle, easy perspective. So you're content, you're happy, you have your basics, everything's going good. Now, this is where you think, wouldn't it be nice to just have some extra money on the side? Or wouldn't it be nice if I won the lottery? And wouldn't it be nice if I came into a business idea? I'm going to come to a business idea. That's going to be fun. Now be careful. This act of wanting is still wanting, right? It still has that sense of lack that is there. So you have to be very careful. This is where energy work really comes into play, and actually meditating and knowing yourself, because you're going to feel that vibration slip. It's very subtle. So you can go in two directions. When you're thinking that, you can either think, damn, my life isn't as good as this life that I'm imagining right now. It's not as good. It doesn't feel as good. My life after this lottery win, my life after this successful business is going to be much better than the life I'm living now. You fucked up. That's where most people just they that's where I've done it. That's where you mess up. That is literally the point, and you just mess up. So what do you do in that case? Instead of thinking, oh, my life is going to be better, my life is good, I cannot wait for this to happen, then I'm going to be even happier than I am now. I'm happy now, but I'm going to be happy now. You just said, you just told this universe that you don't have what it is that you want. You just told this universe you don't have this money. And so you're not going to get that money. And that's where so many people go wrong. That's where I went wrong. That's where so many people go wrong. Instead, and this is the hard part, and this is why I said it's going to be hard if you have bills to pay or if you need the money now. When you're content with your life and when you're thinking about manifesting more money and having more things and all this stuff, you have to think, oh, that is neat. That is really cool. But I know it's coming. I know it's coming soon. It's already here. But if it doesn't, you have to go with this energy of not caring that it's there now, that it's not there now. And you have to almost be okay. So the wording is a little off, but what I'm trying to say is that you have to be okay that it's not in your life, and you have to almost be okay that it'll never be in your life. Now, I'm not saying it's never going to be in your life, but you're just satisfied. You're like, oh, that's really nice, but I'm really satisfied with my life now. So if that comes, great. If it doesn't, great. That's the energy that you need. but you have to realize it is coming. Does that make sense? So you have to imagine what it is that you want through this calm, content feeling. But while you're imagining that, you have to realize that your life right now is good too. You have to feel wealthy now. You have to imagine wealth now. The content feeling. When you're content, you feel wealthy. When you have your basic needs, you have your water, your food, you have your shelter, you have your air that you breathe, and you have your basic stuff around you, you feel wealthy. You feel good. Like all the stuff that you have now would have felt amazing to someone 500 years ago. You would have been the wealthiest person in the whole world, right? So you become content, and as you are becoming content with your life, you are starting to feel full, wealthy. You're starting to feel satisfied and content. And so this energy spreads out to the universe, or whatever you want to call it, and you are giving off this energy of wealth, of abundance, of, just wealth and abundance and fullness. And this in itself is going to attract you the money. And so you laser focus that with this gentle, very gentle wanting of more money. So to recap, I know I've said a lot of things. Let me recap it and put it into this nice package for you, okay? The old way of wanting, it's lack. It all comes from lack. And the more you want something, probably the more lack that you feel towards this any given subject, especially money. So instead of wanting right away, you feel content. And when you feel content, you start to be thankful for what you have in your life. And when you're thankful and you're grateful, you start to feel whole, abundant, wealthy, full. And when you feel these emotions, you are automatically attracting more wealth to you. But to laser focus this, for say it like a lottery win, or for say a business or more money or whatever, you think about what it is that you want, but at the same time, you are content with the life that you have now. And that, my friend, is what brings the money to you. It's almost like this excited energy. Like you're very happy for your life right now. Like you're like, I have all my basic needs. Like everything is met, right? And then you get this excited feeling for having more stuff. So imagine you have everything that you want right now, which you do. You have everything you need and want. This idea that we need more is just this society that we are in. It makes us crave more consumerism stuff, right? So you have everything that you want in your life now, right? So you take this energy of everything that you want and you project it out into the world, and you will get more. That is the simplest way to put it. And so that's how I manifested my money. That's how I manifested everything in my life. And that's how I supercharge it. Once I realized that this wanting is actually lack, that is when I changed it. And I started to be grateful for everything in my life. And I'll tell you real quick, before I let you go, everything that I have manifested in my life, I have manifested it out of already feeling satisfied with my life. As soon as I tried to hustle my way into more money, into more success on YouTube, into any endeavor I have ever did, the more I tried to hustle into it, the less money I earned, the less success I had. But as soon as I settled and became content with the life I had, that's when my finances shot up. That's when my channel shot up. That's when everything that I do on the side has shot up. It's just something that seems to work, guys. So try this formula out. Instead of wanting and wanting and wanting, try to just be satisfied with what you have, and try to yearn for more in a gentle way, and be excited that more is coming, but at the same time being excited for what you have now. So I hope this helps you guys. I hope this makes sense. It's very hard to describe. it's very hard to describe like energy. It's very hard to describe what you're feeling inside. So I tried my best. So I hope this helps. Comment down below if you have made it this far. I think this is like, it's like 22 minutes, 23 minutes long. So hope this helps. Catch you guys in the next one. Love you. Bye.